morning, guys. Welcome to Grammar and Writing Lesson 68. Get started with your vocabulary. The first word is antagonist. Antagonist. Now, by the way, all of these vocabulary terms are going to be terms that are used in literature, used with books. So the definition of antagonist is the person or thing fighting against the hero of a story. For example, the antagonist in a melodrama is often called a villain. Protagonist. This is the hero of the story. For example, in The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, the protagonist is Tom Sawyer. He's the main character and he's the good character. Melodrama. That's an exaggerated drama intended to evoke strong feeling in the reader or viewer. A modern-day melodrama is the TV soap opera. Soap opera. And lastly, foreshadowing. That is a hint of what is going to happen in a story. For example, Little Nell's preoccupation with death, so being worried about death, always wondering about death, was Charles Dickens' foreshadowing of her demise. So it was the author's showing of her ultimate death. All right, let's fill in the blank with the correct vocabulary word. King Arthur is an example of a, so this is the guy with the Knights of the Round Table. Who would he be? Antagonist, protagonist, melodrama, or what's our last one? I forgot what it was already. Foreshadowing. Mordred fights against the hero, King Arthur, so Mordred is the what? The mystery writer uses blank to hint about who did it. We picture the villain standing over the damsel in distress in a blank. Okay, number one, King Arthur is an example of a protagonist. Very good. The hero, the main character of the story. Mordred fights against the hero, King Arthur, so Mordred is the antagonist, the bad guy. The mystery writer uses foreshadowing. Excuse me, guys, I had to yawn. To hint about who did it. Number four, we picture the villain standing over the damsel in distress in a melodrama. Very good. Okay, so today's lesson is a writing lesson. We're talking about choosing the most effective details. So you just did a little brainstorm basically for a character sketch. So how do you decide what you want to use out of your brainstorm to write about this person? When you have your subject for your character sketch and have collected details about him, you are ready to decide which details will give the most vivid picture. So which details are going to give you the most living, exciting idea of the person. Decide what your readers, what you want your readers to know. Oh, sorry, that's supposed to have an and in there. I'm sorry. What did I write? Decide what you want your readers to know and focus on about the character. This will decide how you focus your descriptions. Is it on personal characteristics or how this person acts? Include details of why this character is important in the story. If you just have a random character that you introduce, people are going to wonder, well, who is this person and why? So include details of why they're even there. So your homework for today is to complete choosing the most effective details on page 9. Let's get you started. Your instructions say some of the following details would be helpful if a writer were focusing on a physical description of a character. Others would highlight a character's actions or suggest how he or she affected the writer. Use the code letters in the box below to match each detail with a focus for a character sketch. So put P if it's a physical description of the person, Put A if it's a description of their actions, and E if it's a description of their effect on you, and just you, not the world in general, just you. Okay, so number 1 is 5 feet 2 inches tall. Which one would that be of the 3? That would be P, a physical description. Very good. Always has to have the last word. That a physical description, a description of actions, their effect on you. That's a description of their actions, because it shows what they do, that they're always talking. They always have to have the last word. Cheers me up when I'm sad. E, a description of the effect on me. Number 4, pushes and thinks before, pauses and thinks before says anything. That would be a description of their actions. And number 5 has bluish gray eyes. That would be P, the physical description. Okay, you'll do numbers 6 through 10 on your own. Then, there we go. You need to do the second part. It says forming an overall impression. From the list, it's talking about the list above. It's above on your paper here on the PowerPoint slide. I put it below, but it's the same list as from the exercise that you just did. Choose a few sample details that might contribute to your overall impression of a character. Write those details on a separate piece of paper, then use one word to sum up your general impression of the person. So I need you to pick at least 3 details of somebody, write them down, and tell me one word overall describing that person. Let me give you an example. Of this list, I chose cheers me up when I'm sad, gives me confidence in my own ideas, and makes me want to try harder at everything I do. Remember, I want you to do at least 3. You can do more if you want, but at least 3. And they should probably go together, connect in some way, so that you can come up now with a one-word description of the person. Well, I'm going to say someone that cheers me up when I'm sad, that gives me confidence, makes me want to try harder, that they are encouraging. That would be my one word to sum them up. Just like up there, it could be, they give you the examples of thoughtful or fun-loving. So be creative. Think about this a lot. All right? That's all for today. Love you guys very much. See you in the next lesson. Bye.